is this a classic case of transfer as punishment that's failing the public test? The storm is over, people forgotten about it, and he can come back, that too at a plump post. When an officer involved in a major public controversy resurfaces in this powerful role, doesn't it indicate a structural weakness at large?
Kabir, with all humility, let me submit that I think the premise of this entire debate is a little misplaced. You see, there's no posting which is plump. There's no posting which is easy. There's no posting which is a punishment. These are cadre posts, and officers can be posted anywhere, number one. Secondly, what a posting in Ladakh requires is the same thing that is required as a posting in Delhi in terms of the challenges in the conditions and the environment.
Okay.
It requires an officer with tremendous physical and mental tenacity, energy and perseverance, and with a temperament to handle all that, to work in the tough conditions of Ladakh. And Delhi, we are in Delhi, we understand the conditions over here. The Municipal Corporation of Delhi also requires an officer of a similar nature. So Sanjeev Khirwar being put there in Ladakh and put in Delhi, I don't see any difference, number one. And secondly, Sanjeev Khirwar is a tough officer. He's an outstanding officer, and 6 months later you can have a debate. And you can debate, and you will see the changes that he brings about in the conditions in Delhi. I can assure you that.
Okay, all right. I mean, first and foremost, with all due respect, DGP, this isn't a debate. We're discussing here. Nobody's against each other. And I'm glad you've come out with that particular point as well, DGP. But, you know, from a governance standpoint, I mean, isn't this a familiar pattern that we see? A transfer replaces real accountability, and then time becomes the entire system's safety valve. I mean, this VIP culture, of course, I'll bring in Mr. Cherian, but I do need to understand, I mean, what then should have been the premise of this discussion? Why are people now talking about it? Take a look at what's happening on social media. People want accountability.
Kabir, you're right. See, people get influenced by social media and what people would like to believe, like to understand, and see things with a particular eye. You know, that incident that happened long time back, more than 3 years ago, when it was alleged that Sanjeev Khirwar himself is an outstanding sportsman. I know Sanjeev Khirwar inside out. Even in his wildest dreams, he'll not do anything that goes against the spirit of sportsmanship and sportsmen. Now, what happened there, I wasn't a part of the inquiry. We haven't seen the final report. But he's a different man than as is being perceived by the people. He's totally different. And the perception is totally misplaced. And that is why, this whole question, and that people have this conception in their mind that you are sent to a tough locale, that's a punishment posting. If you're brought in Delhi, that's a plum posting. You see, all these are, these prejudices are there in their mind, the beliefs are there, and it's a result of that people are saying that he's brought in here. But otherwise, I personally don't see any substance in all this. He was in a challenging position there, and after all, the government is responsible. You place a government and then let the government use the resources the way they want to do it, in the best interest of the people. Ladakh needed a tough officer with tenacity, perseverance. Sanjeev Khirwar had these qualities. He was there, and we all know that managing the Delhi Municipal Corporation is an extremely challenging job with a huge backlog of work to do. And Sanjeev Khirwar will live up to it, I can assure you.
Well, I mean, he will live up to it. We'll take your word on that particular front. But what happens to that entire case? I mean, from cleaning out the stadium just to walk his pet dog, even if so, quote unquote, allegedly, sir, there needs to be some sort of answers that the public officer needs to give. I mean, he could be a great officer, but then there comes responsibility with great power.
No, sir, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But you see, firstly, officers never get a chance to speak to the people, number one. And secondly, we don't know what really happened there. I mean, in that report, I haven't seen that incident. I just heard that somebody got on to a under construction building and with a zoom camera took some pictures. And it was alleged that he is walking his dog there, and athletes were prevented from using the stadium after a certain point in time. Now, what was the inquiry report? One doesn't know. What it finally said. Now, if the debate was that, then we should have got the inquiry report. But if the debate is about Sanjeev Khirwar, the kind of officer he is, and whether he was in a punishment posting and whether he's in a club posting, then what I've said is...
So the actual
I'd like
discussion
to-
is about, is it time for actual accountability? We need an inquiry in this. Why weren't files not opened? The public should know about that.